Hi guys, this is Mac,
Hi guys, this is Abe.
and we are from Mac and Dave's Honest Review. And for today, we have selected what are the top 10 series in the that are available in the Netflix.
Yes, I think what we thought it would be good to see what were our top 10 and see if you like our list or you have a different list. So you can definitely post your recommendations, why you don't agree with our list, why you agree with our list, or anything. Please make a comment.
Sure, yeah, and also I know that there are a lot of content available on net that you can go to for hours and hours together. But we are just helping you to make sure that you go through the quality content. If that is
Okay, so Mac, I think the first thing that we decided to do was review our top 10 series that are available in Netflix. It keeps on changing because they keep on adding new content. But as of today, has been the top 10 series that you have seen in Netflix? So can we go through your list and then we'll go to my list, and then we have a combined list where we have five which are common for both of us. So we discuss about those, and then I give my top two, you give your top two, and then we fight for the last slot. So that's how the structure of this video would be. So let's get on with your list and what you had for the top 10.
thanks, Abe. My list here it at 10, I have Wet Hot American Summer. At 9, Luther. At 8, Mentalist. At 7, Dexter. At 6, Designated Survivor. At 5, Fargo. At 4, Breaking Bad. At 3, Narcos. At 2, Better Call Saul. And at 1, I have Stranger Things. What is your
Good
list,
list,
Abe?
Mac. Yeah, it's a very good list.
Thank
But
you.
the problem is I have not seen some of them, so I had a slightly different list.
Sure.
So let's go with my list. So the top one, I went go the other way. So I start with one, which is House of Cards. Two is Fargo. Three is Breaking Bad. Four is Narcos, which all you also had. Then
Yeah.
at five, I put Black Mirror. Then Stranger Things at six. Daredevil, multiple seasons at seven. Eight is Sherlock. Nine is People versus O.J. Simpson, the American crime story, and the last one is Luther. So that's my list. So probably let's just break it down like we do in Breaking Bad. So probably just break down the list. So here's our top nine that we have currently, and then let's discuss the last one later. So do we start with Fargo then?
Yes, sure. I'll
Why do you
start with.
like Fargo?
Well, why do I love Fargo? The Fargo is one of the dark comedy or crime comedy based on the actual incidences. What I like most about is the writing that have been done, the suspense and the subtle dark comedy that it has, and it is recommended to anyone who likes dark thriller.
I think it picks up also. It is a loved film by the Coen brothers. So that feeling has been retained by the series, which is the best thing that I like also about this series.
Yes, yes,
And
sure.
you almost feel like it's a movie, the long extended movie, which you didn't get with the initial movie because it had to be shorter and to fit into the movie timeline.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, I love Breaking Bad solely for its writing and for its direction because it is almost like a groundbreaking movie making that had come up for at the television, and everyone knows what the story background is. It's a simple story of a chemistry professor cooking up meth in a RV. And what I like about this series is as I told earlier, its writing and direction, and it is recommended for anyone who is interested to see the underbelly of the drug mafia.
Yeah. I think the other thing that I really loved while I saw it, this was the first series I think I binged. When you learn about binging, I think the first thing that you do is
Yeah.
binge Breaking Bad. So the other thing that kept on coming back is the themes and symbols, and that's why I think it has like become the most admired series across all content that is created on TV. So amazing job
And
by the people who
yeah,
created it.
yeah, and it has created a cult following also. Next in my list I have is Luther. Obviously, it is a British gritty crime drama. Idris Elba playing John Luther, Detective Chief Inspector. The only thing I like about this series is Idris Elba. The way he carries out the role of the police officer obsessed with his job is brilliant. What I like about this series is the way Idris Elba carries out the complicated Luther effortlessly, and it is recommended for anyone who wants different kind of dark thriller.
Yeah, I think we had two. At least I had two of these BBC One series. One is Luther, one is Sherlock. So basically, it talks about people like detectives, but very different. Like
Yes,
Sherlock is a more of a mental detective. He uses his mind to find out. Luther is not so much. He is a rugged man.
yeah.
So he
It is
goes
more of
out.
kind of realistic way of solving the crime. That's what I liked
Yes,
about
and you
it.
almost feel like you're looking at a real man who is
Yes.
broken, is not the most pleasant man to be with. So that's, I think, the charm of Idris Elba. I think he just.
Yeah. Next in my list is Stranger Things, and this is the only reason why I had downloaded the Netflix because I wanted to watch the Stranger Things and binge watch the Stranger Things first season, and it has not disappointed. It has all the things that I like. It is based on the 80s theme. It is like mixture of ET and 80s nostalgia and everything. That's what I liked about the Stranger Things, and I'm very much looking forward the second season. And I've seen the trailer, and it is absolutely brilliant trailer of second season, and I'm just waiting for to watch that one.
Absolutely. I think one thing that about Stranger Things is this picture which we have is something that was on my Netflix for a long time. I could see there is something called Stranger Things, but what I felt was this was another attempt at something that the master of this sci-fi Steven
Yeah,
Spielberg had done, which was Super 8. So I thought it was similar to Super 8 because it had the kids, it has the sci-fi elements. Okay, Narcos.
yeah, like brilliant series and brilliantly directed, brilliantly written,
And it's
and
not
what?
like an English version of Race, right?
Yes, yes. And I always like the story, a real story, a real story of the people who rise and then fall, and like it has that human tragedy value also to that one, and makers they have managed to master the art of building the suspense.
Yes. And you know this story that he becomes like the richest man in the world, one of the top 10 richest man in the world. He dies. I think the second season started with the tagline that he dies because you know that he dies at the end. You have
Yes.
read in history, you know if you open Wikipedia, you know what his story is, but it was still so
Yeah, and also the it gives the perspective of from like how these DEA agents, the kind of work, the painstaking work that they have done to capture this Pablo Escobar and the amount of life that has been lost.
Okay, so few are different. I think we covered the top five, so let's get on with my additional two picks in the top 10. First one is House of Cards, and like this was the first show that Netflix did, and that's not the reason I picked it, but this was the first show I started watching on Netflix. This is something that was created by Netflix, and I started watching on Netflix as soon as it came in, and it had started the trend of dumping all episodes in a single go. They did not do it on a weekly basis, as I told you that helped you the binging. And then Kevin Spacey, he's like such an amazing actor. So
Yes,
seeing
yes.
him there, and that starting scene when he just talks about the killing that dog, and
Mm,
his speech is so amazing. It just
yes, yes,
builds up what you are going to see over the 5 6 seasons that has happened, 5 seasons that has happened till now.
yes.
So
And it
it's
kind of gives you a chill whenever he looks at the camera and talks to the audience.
like the whole season you are looking at him and he knows that you are there because he talks with you. It tells you what he's doing, and he's seeing so many things, and then it turns back to you and tells you what his person.
I just want to make one point. Actually, I didn't like
Yeah.
the latest season of House of Cards
Hmm.
because what I felt was like when person who is so much of evil, how everything can go as he planned or as he wants. But seeing the recent developments, I think that I have to take back my statement.
Yes, true. That's what I felt. Yeah, I think season one was amazing.
Yeah.
Post season, you can find things you like, but it will not be something that you will be amazed like you had with season one, which was like just amazing how it went about. The only thing currently is which is different from Trump is that they have better writers, while Trump doesn't have those writers. So
I
that's the
agree with
difference.
that. I
Okay,
completely agree with
so
that.
the next one that I picked up and had to pick one Marvel. And Marvel as comics is something that was not the most popular thing for me while growing up. It was always DC. But Iron Man changed Marvel forever. There was Spider-Man who had been successful, but it was sold off to Sony. Marvel did not have really a big star, super powered hero who was available for them. And one of them, which they when Netflix and Marvel joined together, I think Daredevil season one, and then season two, it just killed it with the Punisher coming in and how they portrayed the character of Kingpin. It was so nicely done. I think I have not seen a Marvel villain done better than Kingpin was done in season one and season two. He is just menacing. He does not have any superpowers. He's just a fat man, but he's so menacing. You can think that all the superpowered heroes will tremble before him, and that's the fun part of Daredevil for me. It's how the villain's character has been done because Marvel has been not doing villain characters at all well in the movies. They have amazing heroes because there are a lot of flaws in their heroes. They don't need the villain that much. That's the feeling that I get. So if you watch it, I think just watch it for Kingpin. I think amazing character development for that character.
Yeah, well,
So that
I
was
want to confess something.
hmm,
I haven't watched any superhero series on Netflix. The reason being that like already there have been so much there are so much superheroes movies and everything. There's been
yeah.
overdose of it, and for me, it's like for me, I can just go and watch any superhero movies for 2 or 3 hours and just come out of it. But binge watching entire season, maybe I haven't made up my mind on that one. But what you told on Daredevil, I am surely going to see that one.
Both the seasons. Just watch them together. You'll love it because that's real class.
Sure. Thanks, Abe, for giving me this weekend binge watching recommendation.
Okay, now
And
your top
yeah,
additionals too,
yes,
and
I have
probably I will
selected.
start watching them.
Yeah, sure. I have selected Designated Survivor. The only thing what I liked about this is when a man is being given kind of responsibility to manage the entire country in a kind of in a flash. So how exactly step up to that one to that role? That's what I liked about the Designated Survivor, and I think it was brilliantly shot. I think they most of the part they have shot in Canada, but still I liked it, especially the Tom Kirkman. That is the like he is the one who is been who is just a small time minister in an presidential cabinet. Due to terrorist bombing, he will become the only surviving member, and obviously by default he will become the president of United States. And it's like an ordinary person pushed into blinding light. And Kiefer Sutherland, he has done dignified performance as a president, like as we know, like which is missing now. And this is recommended for anyone who like a good political thriller, like people who has liked West Wing. I think those kind of people would really love this one.
Okay, and And this was something that I realized that there is people because we never think about it, right? How many people, all of you died. It's like the president dies, the vice president would take up. For us,
Yes,
it's like one dies, the next in line would take over. But if like everybody dies, who takes up for that situation? So
yes,
that's like
yes,
scary and nice
yes,
to know also that there is somebody like that identified by us as a business continuity plan.
yes. And also there is a looming terrorist attack, and there is like they get to know that there is someone within the White House who is responsible for all the bombings and everything that is happening. So how exactly he steps up to that role, and then in the meanwhile he gets shot, and then he recovers, and he finds out that the person whom he has selected as a vice president is the terrorist. And it's kind of very interesting to watch, and it is okay. The next one I have is Dexter. Specifically, I like the first three seasons until Dexter's wife dies. I think they should have ended this series at that time, but I don't know why they continued it, because that gave kind of an complete cycle of Dexter. He started when his mother is murdered by someone, and then that makes him to find out all kind of criminals, and he deals with them in his own way. He will kidnap them, and he will make them realize that exactly what they have done, and then he will cut them into pieces and dump their body in Pacific Ocean. And he gets married, and then he will have a son, and then at last another serial killer will kill his wife. So I think that completed the circle, but I don't know why they continued with the other additional seasons, which I didn't watch. But the first three seasons are really brilliant, and it's kind of very messy and very bloody, and whoever like those kind of stuff, it is absolutely recommended for those people.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing premise that a serial killer becomes the detective, right? It's somebody serial killer who is looking for the other killers, right?
Yes,
So it's a very interesting premise. But I think the only reason I did not pick up, I did not start when it started. So when I heard about it, it probably was in its fifth or sixth season, and it had fallen down a bit in the quality. So that's, I think, my first feedback was when watching Dexter on TV, and I did not really like the drama. It didn't have that much. It was
yes,
very
yes,
convenient for him to just kill and come back, which is not possible, right? You're supposed to be caught, so he's not getting caught with doing all these things, and you're there in the police station. So
yes.
how much, how many seasons can you just survive doing that? So
And his
that was,
half
I think, the
sister is
most,
an and his half sister is again, she
yeah,
is also an detective.
correct. But still, I think something that I could not get through was those 100 episodes where it survived.
Yeah, obviously. And people don't blame me if you are going to watch beyond season three, but would recommend to watch from season one to season three, which is really brilliant.
Okay, so then last one slot that we have. So what's your pick for that last one slot?
My pick is Better Call Saul. It is a
Oh,
brilliant spin-off of Breaking Bad series. It's kind of what I can tell, and like it has a prequel to Breaking Bad. It follows the struggle of lawyer called Jimmy McGill, played by Bob Odenkirk. I think in Breaking Bad, Jimmy McGill will come in few of the seasons as the lawyer, and who helps Walter White. And it is one of the best written, shot, and directed series. But here they have taken, I think they have taken it to the one more level higher than the Breaking Bad, and the makers they have managed to master the art of building the suspense in more innovative way. And what I like about this series is the friction between two brothers, that is Chuck McGill, the brother of Jimmy McGill. Chuck McGill is kind of very straightforward person who is kind of we have to follow the law and everything. Jimmy McGill is more kind of street smart person, like in Indian sense we call like the person who believes in jugad. And the kind of friction they both of them they having, the way they have portrayed it in this series is really brilliant, and it's really recommended for anyone who is interested in genuine thriller.
Okay. And from my end, the one I think I have watched Better Call Saul. The only reason that I did not put it was I did not want the same series to be featured twice, which is Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. So, which I feel is the same series. It's talking the prequel story. It's an amazing series. But yeah, that was the only reason I did not keep it. So I will go with two options for the top one. One would be Black Mirror.
Okay.
And the reason I bring Black Mirror is that it did not start off well when it started on TV. It's something that was not watched by people. But as soon as it came on Netflix, and since we're talking about Netflix, it just picked up hugely. And there are not many episodes, but the ones that are, I think Netflix produced six more episodes and put it out there from the original series that was run, which was around six, so around 12 to 14 episodes, which are there. But it talks about the dystopian future where what we are going to face, and it's so real, it's terrifying. And if you don't get scared watching Black Mirror, and it's not ghosts that are coming and scaring you, it's not jump scares. It's scary because you are seeing this happening as we go forward. It's the future, and it's a definite look at your future, and it's scary future. So that's why I love that series. Not every episode is amazing, but some would be revolting, some would be entertaining, some would be thrilling, some would be scary, but you get all of that, and that's the fun of doing an anthology series, and that's why I wanted to bring it here. There's not a single narrative that we're running through for the whole series. Every episode talks about a different thing. I could have brought in Sherlock, the other one that I had an option for, which is the one of the most highest rated IMDb scored series, which is around 9.2. But I don't want to bring Sherlock because everybody would have watched it. I don't think there is anybody
Yeah.
in the world that has not seen Sherlock. So let's not recommend it. So I think better to pick one of these. So I think that would be good for people to do that. I think let's keep the
Yes.
last one as something that people can vote in, whether they
Yes.
like Better Call Saul or Black Mirror the most.
With
And
the Black
whichever gets
Mirror,
more,
yeah,
yeah,
with
whichever gets
Black,
the more votes, we can
yes,
finalize that as our top
yes,
one
yes. Black Mirror, I have watched two or three episodes. I think there was one episode which literally freaked me out. Is that there will be this husband and wife. They have a concept called whatever they see, it get recorded in their eyes. There is some chip
Correct. Yes.
that
It's scary.
literally
It's really
freaked
scary. It's
that literally freaked me out. That one episode. Obviously, it is recommended for people who want to see themselves in after 10 or 20 years.
correct. Okay,
Yes.
so that does it for our top 10 reviews. And hopefully people like it. And we loved making this. So good discussion that we had. So,
Yes,
and
people, we
hopefully we come
recommend
back
you
with the
like
next
our
one
video.
very soon.
You, yeah, you like our video and you comment so that we can improve and give better content in coming days.
Okay, thanks, Mac.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Bye.